Hello, it's Mercy Fair here from Dal Riata. This is the 31st of January 2021, and here is the first weekly summary of this year. I think I've been on holiday for a while, so haven't been putting them up, but time to get going again. And so we're back into it. Today is the end of a better week. We had let me see, we had an event. Actually, I won't go that way. Let me go have a look at, let's have a look at the guild. So we had Rainbow's End and Invasion. We had a double event week. Rainbow's End was an extremely easy event, world event, especially, which was good, especially after the absolutely shocking one we had last week. We did really well, so we got to the end of stage 12 and we did that before reset on Friday, which was nice because it meant we could concentrate on the invasion in the weekend, which we unfortunately didn't do. So what we got? We had Pilsink. He took out honours, which is really good. So honours to Pilsink if you can, please. That'll be nice. Then we've got a whole bunch of the regulars. AK007 did really well. Agamemnon did really well. Hoax back in the game for a week. Did okay, but you will find that that's a false. That's kind of false. So I'll explain in a second. So Hoax, Fox Girls, and somebody else. Oh no, it's Hoax and Fox Girl have joined us, and I'll talk about those two later. We have a couple of new members though. We've got, where is Cruff? So Cruff joined us this week. Welcome, Cruff. And Niece Victoria joined us this week. Welcome to you too. The average required was 13,000, so only really the top 20 made 13,000. So we were actually, funnily enough, we made that not because everybody joined in and cooperated, because actually a third of the guild did not reach that target, because we had a really heavy top end. So some really enthusiastic players in the top 8, 9, 10. As to the top 10 really. Welcome addition to the top 10 there is Lextal, who's back in form after a month, but looking good. So this is hopefully the way we're going to play next, but keep on playing. But really we do need everybody to join in, and I'll talk about that soon. Invasion, not so good. The invasion wasn't really very easy. Invasions are usually a very easy format, but not particularly this time. It was if you had I don't know where my team is. I don't think I can even show my team. No. If you had, I can't even remember what my team was. I think I had the weapon, the engineers, drill, and then I had a couple of the siege breakers, and then I had Tina. If you didn't have Tina, I think it was a bit hard. There were lots of different iterations, but you got kind of stuck, and I didn't even do that very well. I could have bought more levels, but considering we're still a long way away from stage 12 with a day to go, I don't think we're going to make it. There's a lot of people not playing here, so here we're down. If you consider 100 maybe the cutoff, maybe 100's the cutoff there. We're really only having half the guild playing, so yet again there's a bit of a problem there. What do you do? So let's go talk about what we do. So in terms of the guild, we have 29 members at the moment. Unfortunately, 2 of those are fake. So Hoax used to play, and Hoax is actually still Hoax is Tater Tot on Discord. Hoax still talks, but Hoax doesn't play. I have access to Hoax's account, so I joined in Hoax and put Foxgirl in. Foxgirl used to be in our secondary guild. She used to run our secondary guild, and to get first level players interested and groom them for shifting up to us, but that didn't really work out, so Foxgirl has handed her account over to me. So those are both alts at the moment, and I've really got them there only to fill in the numbers, because it's I believe a guild with 29 members is more attractive than a guild with 27. So as we hit 30, they will go. They will be booted out first. Of course, it's unfair to boot somebody else out first, but then we will be looking at booting from the bottom of the table if they're not performing. So you don't want red. We still have a lot of red drifting around, and this would not be acceptable if we were at 30 players. So every time we hit 30 players, these guys, Denise has a stay a free week. Craft needs to hit 314, because when you're below this level, then you only need 1,000 times your level. Of course, Foxgirl isn't a real person, so you really have to keep ahead of your game to stay in the guild. But the only reason why I'm not kicking people at the moment is because we're still on 29. We haven't hit that 30, and there just seems to be fewer recruits at the moment, and I'm not sure why. I haven't really done anything different. It's just been like this all January and the end of February. So there we go. Hopefully it does pick up, but we'll see how we go. I guess other guilds are having the same problems, because we're cruising up the rankings quite nicely. So we've gone up 10 this week, so from 394 to 384. So other guilds are obviously struggling, because we didn't do brilliantly this week, but we've gone up 10. So I wonder if this is a big overall game thing or not. Certainly on the Discord channels that I subscribe to related to Guilds of War, there does seem to be a lot of spaces in the upper echelons at the moment, and I don't know why that is. Maybe the game's losing players, but we'll see how we go. If anybody can think of a way to boost membership, that'd be great. I'd be really keen to hear that. Do talk on Discord. Right, so promotions, demotions. So no demotions, because basically those who are to be demoted would be are already recruits, so they would be kicked, and I've explained that they won't be kicked until we hit 30. Otherwise, we have one demotion, M-Exam, so M-Exam will go down to a Legionnaire for getting the straight zeros, but that doesn't really matter, because if M-Exam plays next week, then can potentially go back up again, so that doesn't really matter. Unless you're a recruit, it doesn't matter. Peelsink, who is a recruit, got the high score for the event, so will be promoted and hit whites across the board. So Peelsink will be going to Legionnaire, but otherwise nobody else changes. Zwazu stays, because to go up you need to be extraordinary in something. So you're just barely holding on there. Limnia, while you hit the targets, you haven't been playing events, so and that's about it. Cocoa Tuesday hit that, but didn't hit events very well, so there'll be a reshuffle once we start hitting 30, so watch the space. Now, what else have we got? We've got, I was going to show something, because we've got a few new players, and we've got a sort of a bigger middle end at the moment. There's a few things that people are missing talking about it. There's a lot of one thing you have to do in this game, or should really be doing, is you should be hitting your delves. You get 3 free delves every day, so you should be using them in some sense. So a lot of us use our free delves to do things like what I'm doing at the moment is I'm getting my mirrored halls up. Currently my mirrored halls is 460. I'm trying to get it to 500. So I spend my 3 doing this, 1, 2, 3, and I'll get up to 490 later today. Tomorrow I'll get to 500, and that's I'm just working my way through them. So Emperor Nazar has as that at 500, five Frost Creeps at 100, 500, Tinkertowns at 500. You know, I've got a whole bunch of them. Dark Pits is at 500, Soakside Ares at 500, Eldrazor is 500. So there's some I'm working through. Deep Hive must be almost there. Or you farm them. So City of Thieves is probably the best place to farm. So I keep mine. Oh, why is it 240? Must have made a mistake. Anyway, once I've completed that at 240, I usually keep it at 50 and do a speed kind of delve just to farm gold. But I don't often do that. I usually, you get just as much gold getting them up higher levels, so I usually just try and get them higher levels. So that's what you do. Use those 3 attempts every day. So that's something people haven't tended to be doing. There's a lot of people in our guild who don't do that. And there's a lot of people in our guild who don't do this, which is the daily dungeon. So you have 3 dungeons. This is the Dungeon of Luck. You have 3 dungeons every day on a Sunday, so that's today for me. They're particularly good, and I'll show you what's particularly good about them, because this is a good team to use for the dungeon if you're high level. I use this one because it's a bit more reliable. It doesn't really matter what you put in here. It could be life and death, anything that doesn't block Rowan. I can't remember why I've got. Why have I got this one? Give an ally life and half their mana, cleanse the barrier and enchant them. There must have been some reason why I had that in there. It's completely useless for this purpose. Let's just change it to something more useful. It doesn't block. Let's choose the skeleton key. Yeah, because Leprechaun will produce some gold, so let's put skeleton key in there. It doesn't really matter. It's just something, because I'm just going to show you the team, because I'm going to show you how this works, because it's really important to do these every day, and people don't seem to do that. I'll show you why it's important. So this team, I could match skulls, but I don't really care. Who cares about skulls? Because you just want to get Rowan up, because Rowan does that. So this is why you do these. So on a Sunday you get 20 gems. On the rest of the days of the week you get 5 for that fight. 20 diamonds for an extremely fast fight is good value. So make sure you do this on a Sunday at least, but you should do it. You should do it every day. This one was a little bit slower. Oh gosh, he survived. But we just charge her again. So you can see how that team's. This is why I use this team for dungeons. 20 more diamonds, so that's 40 diamonds so far. Let's go into the third fight, having 40 diamonds, new diamonds under our belt. And I'm going to remind you in a second why you're doing the diamonds. I just for some reason I like doing that for match. If we get one, the third fight's a bit harder. I like having a green mana storm here to get Rowan up as fast as I can. And there we go. Had to run her a couple of times. And this time we get 30 diamonds, so we've got 70 diamonds so far. So that's all well and good. That's brilliant. 70 diamonds is excellent. And you say, why do we want diamonds? And I'll show you in a second. Then you go up to this tab up here, offer. Usually these are associated with real money. However, you can, for $4.99 New Zealand, it depends on where you are in the world what this price is. I could buy 150 diamonds, but that's ridiculous. Well, it isn't ridiculous, actually it's damn good. But I'm not going to. I'm going to go for the 80 diamonds, which will cost me 50 gems. And that's a good rate of exchange in my mind. So I've got 150 diamonds today, which is magic, because if you go and have a look here, you go to the Soul Forge. I have now got, I had 4,000 already. Anyway, you want to hit the magic number of 4,000, because then you can go to the Soul Forge, and you can go to troops and you can buy somebody like, who haven't I got? I've got all these guys. I've got them. Oh, what's Doomclaw? Oh, I haven't got Doomclaw. I could buy Doomclaw. Do I want to buy Doomclaw is the question. Iskaya. Where's he from? He's from Iskaya. So I need to think. Well, I could buy the Worldbreaker, but I've already got him. Could buy a Furnace, but I've already got him. Haven't got Doomclaw. Would I want to buy Doomclaw? Why would I want to do that? Let's just have a look at Iskaya. Power level 14. So I must have an Iskaya mythic already. I wasn't sure if there was one. Let's just see, who are the mythics? Oh, it's Kurandara. Of course, I've already got a mythic for Iskaya. I would only then buy Doomclaw if I really wanted Doomclaw. I don't know if I do really want Doomclaw. I'd rather get... I'm kind of hanging out for Aquaticus actually, because I can't get Melantis to power level 10 because I haven't got the mythic. So that's who I'm buying at the moment. I'm buying ones who I haven't got the got a mythic for that particular kingdom. So that's my thinking, and that's just some tips that really you should be doing all the time anyway. So while we're talking about that, I'm going to talk about another tip, and this is all again for new members and people who don't do this. This is about keys. So on the first Friday of every month, so that will be next Friday, and I'll talk about again what this is going to mean for us next week when I talk about the spoilers, but every first Friday of the month a new mythic comes into the game, and you get that mythic for that week. That is the mythic you draw from getting keys. So if you draw a mythic from gem keys, a mythic from not event keys, glory keys, or from the guild keys, from guild chests, so these guys here, if you have a chance to get that new mythic, and you can only get that new mythic that week, and that is the only mythic you get that week. So pretty confusing. So on that first Friday you will see lots of us draw keys. We save up these keys, so I'm saving up my gem keys, I'm saving up my glory keys, I'm saving up my guild keys to try and draw this new mythic. And I'm also saving up my glory because I can't see it here, but one of these tabs, when you run out of keys here, you can spend 1,000 glory on buying 50 keys. So I also save glory because I really believe that this is the best way to get mythics in the game, and it's the best way to keep ahead of the game by getting all the new mythics as they come out. So really what you're doing with your gems and your diamonds is you're buying old mythics, so you're always kind of ahead of the game and catching up by just buying the old ones. And if you're lucky, you might get one in an event key, but that's just luck. So that's my plan, and that's most of us in the guild. All the sentinels certainly do this, but everybody else really should be doing it. I know it takes patience, and I know when you're lower level it's really good to get new troops, but really that's a really good way to do it. Good way to get mythics, and you really need mythics in this game. So what else can I talk about? Guild requirements, I've talked about that. I've talked about our current guild status. If you haven't yet and you're watching this video, join our Discord, because our Discord has changed quite considerably. I can't show you here, but our Discord we've shifted Discord channels, whole Discord servers, and all our channels are related to teams. So we've basically made it a team library, and I'm hoping this is going to keep people in the guild longer, which we don't have much guild attrition. They're usually people who are booted out, not rather than leave themselves, but hopefully people who join the guild at low levels decide that this is a really good one to stay in, because of that's one of the great resources. So if you have not yet joined Discord, don't be scared that you're going to be chatted to like crazy. It's more about sharing teams. So because the game chat, although we do share teams on the game chat, which is there's one, we don't share so many, and they run off the top. So the game chat disappears. So 3 days ago it's gone. Well, Discord stays forever. So we've got like an indexed library of teams, and that's just going to get bigger and bigger. So spoilers for next week. What have we got? We've got some interesting stuff going on next week. So we've got a world event, and that's Zajan. So if you can't remember, Zajan's the goblins. So this is Zajan here. Yay! So your event keys, if you haven't got a hiking iron gut, open event keys and try and get them. But otherwise, oh yeah, of course. Why am I now power level 10? Oh, okay. I need a Zajan pet up. Oh, I need another black beast. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Okay, somebody please summon a Zajan pet. Let me get my power up. Oh, that's the thing holding me back. Okay, so what else have we got? We've got the world event, which is elementals and goblins. We've got a glory troop called Fundingus. And Fundingus is kind of an interesting guy this week. Where is he? Fundingus, here we go. So Fundingus does this interesting thing. So he explodes purple gems, which is great. So he's an exploder. We need more exploders in the game because they're great. And then he summons. So he summons a toadstool or an exploder stool and gains an extra turn. So summon, explode, and gain an extra turn. Sounds blimmin' fantastic. So I just automatically think, goodness, if you have a black beast, two Fundinguses, and something that feeds purple, like some weapon with purple, life and death, for instance. So, gosh, if you had black beast, Fundingus, life and death, that's going to be an amazing team. Is there a weapon that gets an extra turn on purple? No, I don't think so. I don't think such a thing exists. But gosh, I can already think of fantastic teams for Fundingus. So I think Fundingus is actually going to be quite cool. I'm really looking forward to him. So that's our glory troop. So get your glory troop, get him up to mythic straight away, which will be great. And what else have we got? So, oh yeah, Tuesday is the Deep Hive, which is funny because I was just talking about Deep Hive just before. So Deep Hive is this one here, and I noticed in chat that people were talking about where to get, or what, how to spend your shards, chaos shards, to what legendary troop to get when you start going into the underworld. Now, some people think that the Sunken Fleet and getting the Miraji Queen is the way to go. Some people think that Animanthrax and getting King Gobtrouble is the way to go. But I probably agree with whoever replied in chat. It might have been Lyric, I can't remember who it was, who said go to the Deep Hive and get Queen Beatrix, because Queen Beatrix is one of the best legendaries, and she indeed is. So you have a chance to get Queen Beatrix and get the Deep Hive up. There is quite a good pure team. I've only got it to 210, so I may be playing this week. Maybe, I'm not sure, because I've got the delve up quite high anyway. So I don't know. Anyway, Beatrix is good to get, so that's her there. So Tuesday's a good opportunity for the Deep Hive. And just another piece of guild advice. You should always be doing the delve event, the faction assault, on the Tuesday, especially if you are, especially if you're struggling to get gold. If you're struggling to get that 575 gold requirement, you will get that much gold on Tuesday night. So just go and do the faction assault on Tuesday night up to level 150 or 200 and you will get enough gold for the contributions for the week. Gold is not hard to get if you do factions, do delves. So you remember you get 3 free ones a day, and that will give you your gold requirement for the week, or you can do the faction assault on Tuesday. So gold's not hard to find. I get sick of hearing people say it is. It's not. Do work on Tuesday, do your free delves, and it's very, very easy. Now, Wednesday is a Zajan Pet Gobblekin, and I was just talking about Zajan Pets, and unfortunately I don't even have Gobblekin. I don't think. Where's G? I didn't see it come up before. I don't, which is annoying because that's not going to be my level 10 one. Anyway, so we get a Zajan Pet. Thursday class Thief. So Thief class is one of the core classes, so it's one of the ones you should have up to 100, and I'll tell you why in a second. So yet again, this is advice, so you should have Thief up to 100. If you don't, play this class event and get your Thief up as high as you possibly can. Why do we have Thief? We have it because the Skeleton Key team uses Thief. And the Skeleton team has been recently nerfed, but it still works really well. This isn't the fastest version of it, this is the classic version of it. But you should have a Skeleton Key team, and it requires Thief, and it requires Thief to be at 100 because of this guy down here, Rising Shadows. 7% chance, oh, where is it? Come on, 7% chance to assassinate the last enemy when another enemy dies. So great. Okay, so we want Thief. You also want Thief for all these other things that Skeleton Key team requires. So, oh, why have I got that? That's weird. Skeleton Key's a dagger. Should be on knife, sorry. Anyway, that's what you want to be doing. That's why you want Thief. So Thursday's class is Thief. Play Thursday. Now Friday this week, and this is the bit that you should all be waiting for. Once I've finished talking about this, you can probably sign off. This is the most important thing on Friday. There is a new delve. So there's a new faction, and it's called Durgoth. It is it's linked to Karakoth. So it's, when I say linked, what it means is if you, I don't know where it's going to appear down here, but when you go to the normal world, Karakoth here, kingdom level, I've got it at 15, that's one of the magic ones, so this is one you want to get to 15. If you go here, you have this thing saying plus 25% to faction horde stats. So when in your faction, I can't show you, but I can't show you with Durgoth because it isn't here yet. But if you go to, say, where we were before, the Deep Hive, your horde stats are these things here. So your level of your horde gives you these stats here. If you have your kingdom up to the associated kingdom up to level 14, you'll get plus 25 on 25% on these. 25%, not 25, which is great. So it means your assaults on if you've got Karakoth up to that, your assaults on Durgoth will be heaps stronger. Durgoth is a purple brown, so there are a number of purple teams you can use. I think I've got a good one. Lyraz's Lair. Oh, I haven't actually stored a delve in this one. That's interesting. Where's another purple one? Another purple one is Depths of Sin, I think. By memory. Depths of Sin. Let's have a look at the team. That's it. Roped Out, Thrall, Arachnian Weaver and the Grey King should get you quite nicely up to 500. If you want some other teams, go to Discord and look for some other purple teams. There are others there. So our Discord, and our Discord link is pops up when you go to chat. There you go. That's how you get onto Discord on our Discord library. Join our database of teams on Discord, and here it is here. So everybody can do that. The pure team I haven't put on Discord yet, but I will, and I'll release it on the day. It's going to be really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to it, because the reason why it's interesting, let me just show you. It's got these guys here, so it's got Dark Smith. So there's a whole lot of new troops we get this Friday. So we get the Mythic, which I'll talk about in a second, but we also get Dark Smith, who creates a stone block or destroys a stone block and damages allies. So this is a new mechanic to the game, destroying and adding stone blocks. They're the grey blocks in the gem board that stop them falling and that block you. But also see Deep Dwarf transforms all green to a chosen colour, then creates a stone block. Deep Golem explodes a gem, blah blah blah. That's lots of exploding going on. And then down here, if you see Nyamel, what does he do? He is interesting because he does true heavy splash damage. I don't think we've got a troop before who does true heavy splash damage, and quite a lot, so magic +4, and it's boosted by stone blocks, which is all the blocks that you've been creating with your guy up here, and then you explode all those stone blocks, and then we create create 3 new ones. And I'm not sure why it says 6 times there. Don't know what that means, but I'm sure it isn't 6 times 3. I'm sure it's just 3. So that's really cool. And also I like this one, stun a random enemy when an enemy casts a spell. So you're going to stun all your enemies. So this guy is going to be really interesting, but really specific. So yeah, anyway, also gets to summon an ancient horror on death. So I think this is going to be that's going to be a good legendary. Anyway, so while we were there, also on Friday, so not just do we get 4 new troops, we don't just get a new delve for the weekend, we also get a new mythic, and that new mythic is Ironhawk. And so all of us are going to be on Friday spending all our keys to try and get Ironhawk. So Ironhawk is this guy here. Ironhawk is really worth going for, because this is what Ironhawk does. He's blue, black, yellow, so good different colours to the mythics we've had recently. Creates 12 doom skulls and then explodes magic divided by 2 plus 1 gems, so quite a few gems. So I don't know what my magic is, 30, I don't know. So that's 16 gems, so creates doom skulls. The doom skulls will try and match, and then it clears the board, which is really good. So you're not going to be left with a whole lot of doom skills that haven't matched that your opponents are then going to match. So it could be really interesting with a Doomstorm. That could be interesting. But could be interesting with anything. So does a couple of funny things. So more new mechanics into the game. Artillery support deals 5 damage to all enemies when an ally casts a spell, and is immune to a whole lot of stuff. So this is a really, I think it's going to be a really good mythic. It's a shame we didn't have it this week. Or last week. That would have made life a bit nicer last week. So anyway, I think that's going to be, this is going to be a really interesting week in that sense. It's not going to be a very taxing week in terms of world event, I don't think. But there you go. I'm not going to show a team today. I've spoken for way too long, but hopefully we've talked about interesting stuff, and hopefully we've talked about interesting stuff in new members that new members didn't know. So have a good week. Thank you guys for making this game so interesting. Let's work on, I don't know how you get new members, but we need to retain them at the moment. We're not in a we don't have so many new recruits that we can boot people out at this stage, so unfortunately we have to accept some laziness in the guild, and we can't be really firm on that. So one day again we will be. So don't worry, those people who are cruising will eventually get booted out, but at the moment we cannot do it. Anyway, very good. Have a good week. Talk on chat, join Discord, and I'll see you